Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA Podcast, episode 72. I am your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. I will be joined in just a minute by someone else. Bobby is running just a little bit late tonight, so it's just going to be me for now. Hopefully he shows up at some point, because I don't want to do this alone. But man, it is great to be back. It seems like forever, even though I put out a ton of content as compared to usual for me last weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. I had an amazing time. One of my favorite Comic-Con going experiences of any Comic-Con, not just San Diego. But it was my first time going. I had a great time meeting everyone. Great time hanging out with Mad Hatter and Doug. And just checking out San Diego. What a great town. I had been there once before, many years ago, but I was expecting it to be more like LA, but it's not. It's much cleaner, not as smelly, not as run down. San Diego was great. I had a great time. I hope you're all doing well. Right off the bat, we got 151 people watching right now, but we got some great comments. Johnny Sorensen, what's going on, man? He says, yo, 3POA patches. Where they at, fools? I will look into that. I will look into doing some 3POA patches. I was going to do some for DFW, and the whole thing kind of got away from me, and I had a website I was going to go through, but they weren't going to arrive until after DFW. So I guess I'm saving that one for next year. But I will have some patches made. I like patches, okay? I'm not here to hate on patches. I got a whole denim vest for patches. Excuse me. By the way, I'm getting over COVID, okay? We all got COVID down at San Diego Comic-Con. Flew back sick on the plane. Gave everyone on the plane COVID. That wasn't fun, but the con was. Junkie on Crafts and Builds has a question for Bobby, which we'll get to in a minute. Drew G, listen, everyone's been saying this for a week. Can it be done? Patches. We don't need no stinking patches. We're men. Yeah. Leave it to Drew G to beat a joke to death. I'm just kidding, Drew. You know I love you. Hey, Timothy Ward. Thank you very much for the super chat, Timothy. My favorite channel moderator. He says, I'm thinking of backing the Kickstarter just to get the patches. Throw away the worthless Rattler. I want stuff for my denim jacket. Me too. I do want stuff for my denim jacket. I haven't broken that thing out in a long time, but maybe I should start with all these new patches coming our way. Thank you, Timothy, very much. My buddy Espo is here. What's up, Espo? Member for 5 months. Thank you very much. With the Tater Chat, he says, hey, Ryan, welcome back. Did the TSA confiscate any of your San Diego Comic-Con loot? LOL, have a great show, my dudes. No, they didn't take anything from me. I brought an entire huge suitcase, and I put a smaller suitcase in it, right, with all my clothes. Flew down to San Diego, filled up the big suitcase, sent that back. Everything came out perfect. Nothing was damaged. I got boxes to ship out here. I got some Cobra Commanders. I still got to ship out. Haven't done it yet. Some death. I always say death dealer. Some death's heads. I got to send out to some friends, including Drew G. Drew, I'll get that out for you. Came back with a ton of stuff. It coincided with Hasbro deciding to open the floodgates of pre-orders. I swear, everything, man. Like my Luke Cage, Iron Fist 2 back. Sorry, like I said, COVID. My Superior Spider-Man. I'm looking at a shelf now. I got a shelf right here just for unopened stuff that I haven't opened yet. I got Naga Hide. I got Torch. I got a $35 Night Force Shockwave, right? With the Ram Cycle. I got that in from Walmart. It was only $35. I snagged that immediately. I did it. You have to wait for me to introduce you. Can't just come in here. Jeez. But a ton of stuff, dude. I got so much stuff to open. I got battle droids in today. I broke right into those because I've heard they're so good. Thanks to my buddy Colossal Customs, who was on the last show I did, the Mayfex show from mid last week before San Diego Comic-Con. Check that out if you haven't. But anyway, once again, welcome to the 3POA Podcast, episode 72. I'm your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. I am joined, as always, by the CEO of Valaverse and the man behind the Vanguard and Action Force, a one, Bobby Vala.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry I was late. Thanks for tuning in to the show. I'm very happy to be here. It's going to be an exciting one. I figured we didn't need Ryan for this one. We just do this on our own, right? Here, he tells me it's my StreamYard. Why can't I bring myself into the show? Thinks like he runs this whole outfit here. So we're going to do it without him. All right? So I just got to figure out how to like show super chats and stuff like that. So, you know, maybe we'll just bring him back.
How about the entire slideshow that I set up, huh?
Oh, that's right.
No, I actually didn't set up a slideshow. Guess what happened at San Diego Comic-Con? Because we got a few things to talk about before we get into the Rattler.
Okay.
So being a member of the press, I don't know if you knew that I am an official member of the press.
Apparently.
Yeah.
They just
I
give
got a
those out
press
to anybody, huh?
You want to see my press pass? I got it over here somewhere. Here it is.
I wonder if after you got there, they were like, oh, we done messed up. We should probably make sure he doesn't come next year.
Maybe. But I was trying to behave because I didn't want to have my press pass revoked. But here it is. See, it says press right there. So because I'm on this press list, someone at Hasbro starts emailing me or from their PR company. And they start sending me assets. So they're sending me all these pictures and stuff of all the releases, right?
Oh.
So I don't have to search. I don't have to Google trying to find pictures for all this crap in the future.
Nice.
They just send me a link to a Dropbox folder and it's awesome.
Wow, they know nothing, Jon Snow.
Well, and another funny thing is that they emailed me and said, "Hey, if you would like an opportunity to interview the GI Joe team or the Transformer team, they're like, pick your 4 favorite time slots here that are available, listed below, and we'll choose you for one." I was like, "Oh God, they don't know what they're doing." So I did pick my 4 favorites, and guess what happened? I never heard back.
You never heard that. Yep.
I'm telling you, someone.
I bet they put you on that list, and when the GI Joe team saw it, they were like, "No,
3PO who?
yeah,
nope,
absolutely not."
Yeah, so that happened. Did you? I know you're not a fan of this channel.
Nope.
You don't watch the videos I put up.
Nope.
But maybe you heard about.
I did watch the 3 that you put up from Comic-Con, though.
What'd you think?
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I hate you so much.
What?
What happened at what?
What, you guys got sick at Comic-Con? I know Amber got sick, right?
On the last day. Really, I wasn't feeling sick until the day we were leaving. So
Gotcha.
I was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we actually got COVID.
Ew, really?
Everyone at the con came back with COVID, dude.
Ew.
Like, I was like, Dan Yoon had COVID. He posted on Twitter. I'm like, oh, thanks. I got it from you.
See, guys, this is why I don't go to California.
Yeah, there's COVID. But
There's COVID.
What did I do with the damn?
We didn't get COVID in DFW.
No, we didn't.
Nope.
San Diego Comic-Con is huge, though. I mean, you've been, right?
Yeah, I've been many times.
It's huge, dude.
I told you, I warned you. I was like, it's enormous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely enormous.
What I do like is that the whole thing is one gigantic room.
Yes.
And then the panel rooms are like upstairs.
Yep.
Like that was nice. It's like, okay, everything's right here.
Yep.
Like when I go to Emerald City Comic-Con in Seattle, it's like the convention center is different buildings on different floors. It's just spread out all over the place. It sucks.
Well, that's like when we were at PowerCon, it was all one
big
main
room.
Yep. And that's the way Rhode Island Comic-Con is. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, no, I wore a disguise in the Hasbro booth. If you guys haven't seen it, there's 3 blog videos up on the channel. Check them out later. But I did have to wear a disguise to sneak into the Hasbro booth. I'm telling you, Dwight did not recognize me.
I bet he felt like an idiot when someone had to point it out, and then he got pissed.
I tend to agree with you, and here's why. Because the next day, we go back, and I'm not in disguise. And I'm telling you, he gave me a look, and if looks could kill.
Yep.
He was like, it was like this. It was like,
yeah, like, oh, you got me.
It was like, oh, you're
got me.
Yeah. But if you watch the video where I go up to him in full disguise as Glob Shillman. He was like, hey, Glob, hey,
he was
take a picture.
He was playing the PR card.
Yeah.
He was, he's got to be super nice. So
Mrs. LaserPants is there, decked out in Valaverse gear. She got the shirt.
I love it. Listen, a bunch of people in Valaverse garb got pictures with folks from Hasbro. So suck it.
Like our friend Doug.
That's 2 years in a row he's gotten Lenny.
Doug is great. I hung out with him for a while on Saturday. We walked around. He bought a ton of vintage Kenner. Guy's a baller.
Yeah,
pulling out stacks of cash.
Total baller.
Yeah.
I blame him for my vintage Star Wars collection.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that.
The thing is, though, like, what are they going to say? Lenny's not going to be like, no, you can't take a picture. However, if I was at a show and someone came up with a Hasbro shirt on and they were like, can we get a picture? I'd be like, not with that shirt on. Remember, it happened to our friend Jeremy Jernigan.
It did, yeah.
I said, you can't buy anything with that shirt on.
Nope. Get out of here, Jeremy.
Get out.
Yeah, but I never got a picture with Lenny. That's the one thing I didn't do, because the 2 times I went into the Hasbro booth, he was like surrounded by all the gobblers. So I'm like, well, I'll let I'm not gonna. I should have walked on camera. Oh God, that would have been funny. Of course, they would have edited me out because they would have cut me out of their video. Mm-hmm. What you looking at there, huh?
Sorry, I'm just finding out that we thought we'd be kid-free tonight.
Uh-oh.
A little while. I was late, but then my wife just texted me. She's like, yeah, her parents were just like, so when are you picking the kids up?
Oh.
Like,
uh-oh.
We're just planning on leaving them there.
So again, guys, I know we're going to talk about the Rattler, okay? We're like the last show to talk about the HasLab Rattler. We've both been very busy, and I've been almost
but
dead.
People want my opinion, so they'll always
do. I got a box in the mail. Sorry. That's going to be happening a lot. I got a box in the mail from our friend Robert Diaz. Now, scribbled on the front of this box is Mike Honcho.
Oh, shit.
1 of 1. And he asked me to open this on stream.
Is this a surprise you said you had for me?
Yes. So
it seemed like a surprise for me.
Here we go. Yeah. Robert Diaz, if you're here, do you want me to send this to Bobby? Just let me know. But okay, I'm opening it. Okay, we've got a figure with tons of accessories. Oh my God. He has no head. But I assume this is supposed to be Mike Honcho. I think you're going to have to supply your own head. Oh, thanks, dude. He included some Bloody Pandora heads. Now, Robert, is this for a giveaway? The Bloody Pandora heads? Let me know. There is books in here. There's 1/12 scale books that say Bath Babes Volume 1. Okay. It looks like Mike Honcho is holding up his credit card. There is a there's a table. I told him I wasn't going to open this until stream. There's more books that say Rub and Tug Volume 1.
Huh.
Let's see here. We got Green and Lean Volume 1.
He said the heads are a giveaway.
The heads are a giveaway. Okay. Yep. We got, what's this one? We got, boy, I can't hardly see this one. Brown and Down. Whoa. The Brown and Down comic. And then we've got Red in Bed, 18 plus. Bottom is best. I can't read that. Wet and Wild.
We're gonna get demonetized.
We are. We're gonna get full. Hot. 18 plus. Okay. And then we've got this here. Let me open this one. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's like a sketch pad for taking notes. And another book. This one has nothing written on it. He's got these tiny little 1/12 scale books. That's crazy. Now, I think what he wants you to do is work out an entire diorama for Mike Honcho, making a movie or drawing his comics. Now, look at this. I think Retro Blasting would appreciate this one. He's got a little art stand here with some anime girls on it.
Oh, geez.
Mike Honcho's Instagram. No, wait, can I even show that on screen? Is there? Okay, there is no nudity. But it is anime girls right there for Mike Honcho. I'm going to need the Iceman head painted to pop on this. You know?
Well, you'd have to put some hair on it because back when Mike Honcho did that, he had hair and no beard. Right.
And then there's a chair. Now, one thing you forgot, Robert Diaz, is a couch. You got to have the casting couch. and then there's this, which looks like it says something in Star Wars Arabesh, but I don't read Arabesh. So there it is, the Mike Honcho box with a couple of Bloody Pandora head for giveaways. That's cool. Thank you, Robert. That was very nice of you, sir. Very funny. All right. Now on to the Rattler. So let's get it out of the way.
Okay.
Did you back it?
No.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Did you back the Dragonfly?
I didn't, but I wanted to. I missed it.
Oh,
but Jordan said he got 2, so he's gonna give me 1.
And you did back the Hiss.
I did back the Hiss.
But this one, okay. This one you didn't.
Yep.
I guess you're a hater.
Apparently, especially after I get done talking about it.
All right, here we go. Bam. So here's the Hasbro HasLab page. Oh, you know what? We got some chats here I should get to. But people want to hear about this, guys. We put it off long enough.
Yeah, let's wait on the. We can wait on the chat.
Okay. We are 21 minutes into the show already. So here it is, $325. There is the base offering, which this fully funded in less than, I think, 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm not even the least bit surprised.
Yeah,
I knew it. listen, at this point, Hasbro can do anything G.I. Joe related, and it will fund anything.
It seems like it, huh?
Because I'm trying to think if I want to say this nice, but no one expects me to say anything nice, so I'm just going to say it.
Just say it.
Well,
just be mean.
Like, well, no. Like, G.I. Joe fans are starved for anything. So it's like they've been the redheaded stepchild. They've been, banished to under the stairs like Harry Potter for years. And guys, don't act like you haven't. You have. You only just came into the light recently of the last couple years. Where were you? Where was Hasbro doing anything for you guys after, 2013 or two? Okay, so you had some Toys R Us exclusives through 15. I gave you a Missile Command headquarters in 16 or 17, but it's like you've had nothing. So G.I. Joe fans are starved. Give them a new scale. And it's like, sir, can I have some more, please? It doesn't matter. And it's like, listen, I get it. I totally get it. Because I think for me, like, if I never worked for Hasbro, I think I'd be in the same boat. I'd have my bowl there saying, give me some more, please. Because as a G.I. Joe fan, I'd be starved. But my ties and the people that work on the brand, I have a different take on it. But Hasbro, they're exploiting what that is. Now, I'm going to get into that exploiting nature of it because it's wrong, but you guys aren't going to, you're not going to address it. Or some of you have addressed it and said, yeah, I'm getting ripped off. I don't give a shit. I want this. Totally okay. That's absolutely okay. I bought plenty of things that I knew I was getting ripped off on, but I said, no, I want it. I get it. Now, bravo for Hasbro for exploiting that. They are a business. Business's goal is to make money, especially when your quarterlies are really bad.
Uh-oh. I haven't seen.
So
I haven't been keeping up with that.
So they said, and this is what they do. And guys, if you think this isn't like made this way and Hasbro's not paying off the news outlets to say this, you're a fucking idiot. The market or the news outlets were predicting that Hasbro was going to be down 20% for Q2, 20%. They were down 18. So they look, oh, it's a win. Look, we were down less than what the market predicted. You're still down 18 fucking percent. Last quarter, you were still down a shit ton. So don't act like you have a win. But they pay off all these news outlets to say, oh, well, oh, look, they're not as down as they were. Guys, do you know how bad being down 18% is? It's awful. You know how I know? Because I'm a stockholder. That's how I know. So they need to do whatever they need to do to make money. G.I. Joe's one of the few brands that is making money. Marvel's not making money. Transformers, yeah. Star Wars definitely not making money. And you guys, if you guys think I don't know this from insiders there, you're out of your mind. Like I know I got people everywhere. They're doing very poorly. But G.I. Joe is one of the few brands that is making money. Now I know a bunch of their numbers, and their numbers actually aren't as good as you would think because they spend a lot on tooling and whatnot. So their operating profit's low. But anyway, I'm not going to spread those numbers. But they're saying, hey, make whatever you want. Okay, cool. Because they know no matter what, you'll buy it. No matter what. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally cool. I'm just stating facts. Because there's a bunch of you that know you're getting ripped off. And we're going to get into that. But you don't care because you want something. I get it. I've been there. I've definitely been there. So I totally understand. But it's like, we'll start with the price. Hiss was what, 300?
300, yep.
300. Now, after the unlocks, it seemed like a better deal. Before the unlocks, not a good deal.
Yeah, because after the unlocks, it was 4 total figures.
Yeah, 4 figures and some extra stuff.
Yeah, canopy and yeah.
But then Hasbro heard all the feedback about HasLab pricing across all brands, not just G.I. Joe, but across all brands. What did they do next? They gave you a Dragonfly for $250.
$275.
$275. Sorry, $275. Then they said, all right, we gave them a little taste. We extended the olive branch. Watch this. $325, and they're going to pay every single cent. They knew it. Guys, if this was $400, the same amount of people would have bought it. However many they have buying it now would have bought it for $400. Some of you might say, no, I wouldn't have. Okay, noble as you are. I'm just saying that if it was $400, you would have bought it. But they said, watch this. We're going to jack this thing up to $325, and people are actually going to buy it. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, it's bigger. Okay. Let's talk about like volume and size and stuff like that. Let's get a little scientific here, because this isn't really that much bigger than the Dragonfly. What are they? I think they're the same length.
So
go ahead.
The Dragonfly is slightly longer. It's 34 inches long, which I think they said that was depth or something. They measured that thing weird.
Yeah, they were wrong on their stand for this too. So whoever's doing the sizes is an idiot also.
But yeah, so it was 34 inches long. The Rattler is 33 and a half.
Ooh,
So
a half inch. They got you. So anyway, then you're gonna be like, well, it's got wings. Okay,
it does.
Those wings. There's not much to those wings. Well, the Dragonfly's got 4 rotors too. So it's just like the volume of this. Like if you were to shred all this up and put it in a box, like volume,
a water displacement test.
Yeah, if the volume this takes up, I bet you is not $50 more than the Dragonfly. But they got you. They got you. So I praise Hasbro. That's some smart ass business tactics right there. They knew it. They knew it. You were an easy target, and they got you. And then this is my favorite part. I'm gonna get even deeper here, baby. Then they said, watch this. We're going no lube. We're gonna make it even worse for them.
Ooh.
And they said, yep, they said first unlock. Watch this. Patches. And
patches.
They sat back there. Team members were like, what? They said, patches. They're going to buy it. We can give them anything we want. We can give them stickers. We'll give them patches. Unit, we'll make it seem special. We'll do unit patches. Like, ooh, this is something special. Woo! Patches. And you know what? You all got in line like, sign me up. Give me some more patches. Now, our good friend Tony. Now I'm gonna admit a little something here. He might have had a little helping hand in this post. For those of you that missed it, Tony posted a little something on 3POA fan channel. On
by the way,
on
I saw Tony in the chat. Tony, if you want the link, let me know, man. If you're available. Good.
So Tony pointed out some things. Again, might have had some help. We're going to do some math here, guys. We're going to do Hasbro economics here on 3POA. So, Rattler's $325. To get to the patches, you got to go from 9,000 to 11,000. That's 2,000 backers. 2,000 times 325 is $650,000. Now, I think Tony was being generous about, if patches, if they cost $9, if it's $3 a patch, which it's not. Those patches are probably like 50 cents, 75 cents, maybe $1. We'll call it $9 for 3 patches. That's $99,000. That means you're showing an extra profit of $551,000, $500,000 for patches. Now, I know the people are going to be saying, well, there's the cost of the Rattlers too. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. I can get into the cost of the Rattler, But at the end of the day, you really think Hasbro's not netting hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit for patches? If you think that, you are just go close your eyes and go run into the hardest wall you can find. Now, I get it. Listen, there's people. I saw some people in the comments like, listen, man, I know I was getting ripped off. I don't care. I wanted it. I totally get it. I get it. I get it. I've been there. I have to say it a bunch of times so that the Hasbros do it. Bobby's hating on everything. No. Listen, I get it, man. I get it. Listen, I bought tons of vintage Star Wars stuff or vintage. Listen, I think I spent like, I'm trying to remember what I bought that blank for. It was a lot, guys. It was a lot.
If I don't know if you remember, but when that Rancor was live on HasLab, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling. Like, I really want a Rancor.
Sure.
I was going back and forth fighting with myself, but I was like $350 for that thing.
Dude, I wanted a Rancor.
Yeah.
I wanted a Rancor so bad. But listen, man, they had to be taught a lesson.
Right.
Now, this is kind of one of those things where like every time you teach them a lesson, they're like, okay, fine, you got me. But then they're going to keep inching back and inching back and inching back. So just watch, man. Next HasLab's going to be $400. Easy, all day long. You know, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be 300. But it's like, you know, they got you, man. They got you. And listen, it's cool. It's cool. But
hey, they got me on Giant Man last year, you know? I mean, sometimes you want it and you're like.
But if they got you, you can't complain. I didn't back it. I could bitch on this thing all I want.
Yeah.
But if you backed it, I don't want to hear you shitting on it. I don't want to hear you saying, bitching about this, bitching about that. You backed it, bro. You backed it. So obviously that Rattler means more than like your principles. So we're going to go a little deeper here because you got patches. Ooh, we got patches. Then you start getting into the actual figures. Oh, finally some figures. Ooh, okay. So you got the Gunner next.
Yeah, the Gunner.
Dude, I looked at the Gunner. He is the reuse of the Wild Weasel with a new head, I think. A new head, maybe some new secondaries. But it's like they ain't give you a new figure. They're not even going to give you a new figure. Now, granted, they did that with the His Tank. So all you guys that were just like, oh, I got 4 figures. Yeah, a bunch of repaints, man. And you got Cobra Commander. But I think he was at the end. Same thing with Baroness. It's like, oh, let's get him at the end. But it's like, you know, like patches. Look at the patches.
I know.
I mean, hilarious. Hilarious.
Do I get the netting and the palette with it too? That'd be kind of cool.
Doubt it.
Mm.
Doubt it. Patches. You guys got excited over patches.
Honestly, I don't think anyone was excited over patches. So I think
they weren't. It was just more of there's just a bunch of people that just wanted a Rattler. And,
yeah, they just kind of glossed over like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then just give me my Rattler. Which, I mean, if you're going to back the Rattler, you got to be backing it for the Rattler.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So the patches are just like, why is that even in there? Or just throw it in, you know, make the first tier the Gunner at 14.
Like, you guys got to guys, it's like, it's okay to say, I'm gullible. It's okay to say like, yeah, they got me. They bent me over. Like, it's okay. Cause you got a prize for it. Like you got a prize. It was like, you know, I get it that it wasn't like people were like, oh man, we should back some more so we can get those patches. No, you just want a Rattler. I get it. But
Wild Weasel is mostly a repaint of Wild Bill with Ripcord's helmet, says Greg.
No way. No way. Are you freaking serious? They didn't even give you an all new figure. If that's the case, I need to end this show right now because like
it's not the first time they've stuck repaints in a HasLab either. I mean, remember Robbie Reyes was going to be a repaint of Longshot.
Right. That's right.
So that's kind of
fans come first, huh? Yep. Fans come first. Holy crap. They just used the same figure from the last HasLab. Wow, this is dirtier than I thought, man. This is like back alley dirty. Wow. Wow.
Oh, there's people watching this just fuming at you right now, dude.
Of course they are. What are you mad at? You're mad at me because I'm stating the obvious. You're just hating. You're hating on Hasbro. You're such a hater. Such a bitter ex-employee. No, I pointed out shenanigans to you and you're mad because you can't be mad at Hasbro. You can't be mad at your beloved Hasbro because they got you. They got you. Joke's on you, buddy. So for all of you guys listening, fuming about me, you should go get a mirror and hold it up and yell at that guy right there, because don't be mad. I stated the obvious. I didn't back this, so I can shit on it. I could shit on it. And I could state the obvious. If I backed it and you're like, how could you backed it? Like, what are you doing? Like, no. I saw what a shit show this is. I saw it. Like, this is bad.
Beast Battleground, it's not a complaint about repaints. It's a complaint about repaints being thrown in a HasLab, which is funding for tooling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fans come first. You're giving them money at least a year ahead of time for something that could definitely be in production. That's a bullshit comment. That's a bullshit comment.
People have very short memories. We did an entire show about repaints. I've said it 100 times. I don't mind repaints if they're done well, if it makes sense. I mean, I collect Marvel Legends. They're all repaints.
Every company does repaints. Every company. Yeah. However,
it's part of the
if you're going to ask people to fund your shit, how dare you? How dare you? That's like, this is so much worse than I thought. So much worse.
Now, was Wild Bill from the Dragonfly? He
was all new. I want to say he was all new.
And Glenda was new, but I mean, of course they're going to reuse it, and they put Scarlet on that body.
Yeah.
But
I think it's fine to reuse tooling from a HasLab for mainline shit.
Yeah.
To reuse HasLab parts for a new HasLab, oh man, that's dirty. That is dirty.
The whole HasLab thing is, to me, it's not really crowdfunding. It's like Action Figuratorium says, it's all a marketing gimmick. That's really what it is.
Oh, hold on here. Let me show us. Sean, let me give you, like, yes, every toy company. It's not Valaverse. It's not G.I. Joe. It's every single company. And if you don't realize that, then you must be new to toy collecting.
Yep.
That's how companies run their business. Do you know why? Because when you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on steel molds, do you think you're really going to use them once? No, dude. Right. If you're baking muffins, if you're a baker, are you going to use that pan once to make one batch of muffins? No. That's a terrible business practice. So yeah, obviously there's repaints. There's repaints in every single toy line. You obviously missed this point. The point is, Hasbro is asking you for money up front for over a year for something that they already had, like, you know, in there. I'm sorry, Sean. Hasbro just makes me angry. I'm sorry. It's not, I don't mean to pick on you. It's just, they just get me. You know what it is? Because I get mad because of what they do to you guys. Like, this is not okay. This is not okay. It's like, if I did the Vanguard as a crowdfund and I put like a Series 1, like basic trooper body in there, I'd be an asshole.
Yeah.
I would 100% be an asshole. And I would like deserve every single bit of negativity I got. But I said, no, I'm going to give you a new figure. You know? And it's like, yeah, giving you that figure first. That's the first Series 5 figure you get. And then that body's getting used for some Series 5 figures. It's like, that's fine. But also, it wasn't a crowdfund. You know, it's not $350. It doesn't come with patches. But it's just like, you know, I just can't believe they I shouldn't even say I can't believe they're doing this, because no, I shouldn't be shocked they're doing this. Sometimes I think better of them. Like, I'm just like, no, they're not going to do you that dirty. All right, this is dirty. The patches are dirty. The 350's dirty. Holy crap. I didn't realize this is just a reuse of a Wild Bill figure. Damn, man, that's dirty.
Now that was what Greg said. Now, Hal Jordan is saying, I'm looking at it side by side, and it doesn't look like Wild Weasel was a straight repaint of Wild Bill.
Okay.
So
we'd have to do a side by side. If that's the case, it's bad. But either way, even the fact that it's just like really, dude, you're getting like this. Now, going back to the Dragonfly, you had Wild Bill, but then I want to say Crazy Legs was a new mold, wasn't he? He wasn't Wild Bill parts, right?
No, he was.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was the unlock on Dragonfly, right? Yeah, but
Yeah, but I thought Crazy Legs was a different mold.
I'm pretty sure
I'd have to look at this stuff.
Now, hold on. No, here's the thing. I got the Dragonfly thing pulled up, so we can.
Okay.
Look.
I mean, it's dirty either way, but
let's see here.
And then it's like the other thing I just can't stand is that they push this out, and it's like, hey, let's make them pay for another thing before we give them the last thing. Now Marvel did this with the Sentinel and Galactus. They did it.
I mean, looking at this, because listen, guys, I didn't back this. So Wild Bill is a totally different. That's not the same at all. Because the Gunner aren't the Gunner and Wild Weasel the same?
Yeah, the Gunner and Wild Weasel are definitely the same, except for a different head and secondaries.
Yeah. Jeez, man, they make these lists. There it is. Yeah, totally different.
Okay. All right. I feel better about that now.
Yeah. And then Crazy Legs is. Yeah, so there's Crazy Legs, and yeah, it looks like Crazy Legs is a black repaint.
Crazy Legs had all that waffling on the original figure. I thought.
Oh no! That's not. That's
that's Airborne. That's Ripcord. Yeah, Crazy Legs was different. Crazy Legs was new. Okay, yes. So Airborne, they gave you the same figure. Then they did Glenda, which was a new figure at the time, and then Crazy Legs. Okay.
Yep.
So, but now for the go back to the Rattler, you only get two, it's just 2 figures.
No, the last unlock at 18,000 is Baroness in a pilot suit.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, I mean, like 2 unlock figures. So whereas the Dragonfly was 3 unlock figures, this is only 2 unlock figures.
And the Hiss was 3 unlock figures because it came with the pilot.
Wow.
And then you got the Gunner.
Cutting back.
Maybe the Gunner was early bird or something, and then you got the Tactician or whatever, and then you got Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah. So going back to like them pushing out the Dragonfly, not getting the Dragonfly until what is it, December now?
They did announce it's pushed back to December.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm glad about that because I was like, oh man, I wonder if the Vanguard will be out before the Dragonfly, and it will. I think next week they arrive, but
nice.
It's like I don't like that they do this, and they know they're exploiting it. It's like let's make them pay for something before we deliver it on our last thing. I can't stand it. Drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me nuts. But I remember back to 2019. Remember the rash of shit that I got for shitting on Army Alphas for doing a second Kickstarter before they delivered their first one? I remember people were chastising me. Yep. Oh, how dare you? You haven't even launched your Kickstarter yet. You can't be talking shit, blah, blah, blah. Has anybody got their Army Alphas or their skeletons or their bodies?
Nope.
Go fuck yourself then.
A lot of people lost a lot of money on that.
A lot of people lost a lot of money, but the people that shit on me for shitting on that, go fuck yourself. Because I was right. I was right. None of them will say, oh, you know what? He was actually right. Instead, all of you are like, we should get my money back. Yeah, man. I told you. I said, don't back it. I said, don't back it while it was going on. Don't back it. But, I mean, Hasbro's not going to do that. Hasbro's a $1 billion company. So you're going to get it. You're going to get it eventually. It's just, I don't, these
and the G.I. Joe carries with it all that nostalgia that people have. So this is like, I mean, that's built in.
Yep.
So it's going to be, I thought for sure you were backing this because you got the Hiss. You're going to get the Dragonfly. But this one
is, to me, it's like, I was never like, I have one. I have the original Rattler.
Sure.
And this is going to be blasphemous to some people. Guys, I own every single G.I. Joe almost ever made except for the shitty early 2000s ones. But to me, the original Rattler was very cheaply made. And it's cheap. It's cheap. You hold like, I don't know, hold the trying to think of another plane that was around the same size. That's such better quality. The Sky Striker's such better quality. Sky Striker's a little bigger though. But I just remember like the Rattler's just cheap. It's very cheaply made. There's nothing to it, and it's tiny. It's like it's you know, it was smart back then, but you know, when they said they were going to do the Rattler for HasLab, I said, all right, that makes sense, and they're going to do it the way the original was done. They're going to make it very minimal. They're going to make it a one-seater cockpit. You know, and it's like that's like to me, that's why I'm not impressed with this. It's like it's one-seater, like one figure. Like you can fit one and then the gunner, but it's like
gunner,
two figures. Like the Dragonfly's cockpit had to fit two figures, but it's like it's a helicopter. It's a plane. Like you could have made this a little better by updating it and making a two-figure cockpit, because I'm pretty sure that a real what plane is this? The Warthog. It's like I bet you it fits more than one guy in the cockpit. But it's like you could have done that, but instead you just made it like cheap and small, like the original. Like, you know, that's why I think that this could have gone to stores, man. Like this could have been a Hasbro Pulse thing. Like it could have. This didn't need to be that. You know, that it didn't need to be that small.
Did you see the pictures that were posted in 3POA of people finding the animated series Batmobile at Target?
I did.
By McFarlane. That thing is massive, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is huge. It's bigger than the 89 Batmobile by quite a bit.
Yeah, the animated one was really long.
With the way that the Vamp sold out and sold through, and now the Cobra Vamp, what's it called?
The Stinger.
The Stinger. That one's sold out now. It's still on pre-order. With the way those are selling, and with these massive vehicles from McFarlane and even other huge items from Mattel, like dinosaurs and whatnot, we're seeing those at retail. What is the... why not put them at retail? I mean, they'd obviously... So Baroness here is the last unlock at 18,000. They could easily make 25,000 of these and sell them to retail. It seems like, to me. Of course, then you're not getting direct to consumer, so they're making more on this than if they were selling to big box, right?
Yeah. But you could have easily just made this a Pulse thing. It's just that it's the whole idea of, hey, fund our tooling and our production costs. You know, it's like, shame on you. It's like, yeah, I've said it before. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's just like, I hope I never, ever do a crowdfund ever again. There are companies that have been around way longer than me, like small companies, like, you know, smaller than me or slightly bigger than me, that continue to do crowdfunds. It's just like, did you learn nothing? Did your company become any bigger? Did you do a good job of expanding your company? It's like, I did one crowdfund and look at the amount of shit that I've been able to put out because of smart business moves. And just also like, I don't think it's necessary to just take people's money for, you know, to fund your shit when you're already established. So, you know, like this is $1 billion company. This is old news. Like I've said it, Tony said it, Michael said it. It's like, this shouldn't be. But again, it's like, the unfortunate thing is now it's a trend. McFarlane's doing it. Mattel's doing it. Like everyone's doing it now. Everyone thinks like it's okay. And it's not okay.
I mean, the marketing gimmick is working.
Sure. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
You want to take some chats here?
Thank you guys for confirming that the A10 is a single seater. I would have thought that any plane is not a single seater, but I guess it is. But still, it's small, man. The real A10 is big. Granted, you can't make it the size compared to a real A10, but
yeah,
I'm just not impressed by this. It's just, you know, it's 3 feet wide. Yeah,
I saw
wings.
I saw this thing in person, and It really is big, and it's underscaled, obviously, for an A10, right?
Yeah.
But dude, it's still really big. Like with those wings down, the footprint it's huge. So,
So is the cantina, but
right. I mean, I'm saying I don't think we'd want. I mean, maybe some crazy people would, but me personally, I wouldn't want a true to scale.
well, yeah.
A10
I mean, where are you
Warthog,
gonna put it? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, this
Like-
is like that's why like a plane is tough. Like a plane takes up a wider footprint because of the wings and the length and stuff. Like the Dragonfly, it's like okay, you have the rotors, you know, but these are things that you're gonna be hanging from your ceiling, you know, because they take up a lot of room, you know.
Yep. I am going to show the video that I took while at San Diego Comic-Con of the prototype, the Rattler here. As soon as it's done processing, it takes a second to upload it here in the StreamYard. But even this video, I'm not sure if it does it justice. Seeing the 6-inch figure standing next to it, it is impressive, and I do like the way it looks. But for me, as someone who's not a diehard G.I. Joe collector, you know, I just don't need something this big from G.I. Joe in my collection. You know what I mean?
That's why he's at Comic-Con, to that panel. We're not filming any other videos. So he's just kind of doing his wandering thing. Oh no. Yeah. If sometimes no, it's nothing scrappy, nothing full body. Well, I'm a crazy alien fan.
So you look at that thing, it's either a coffee table display or you're hanging it from the ceiling. There's no Billy bookcase or Detolf that you're putting that thing in. Maybe on top of, but it's large.
I gotta say, after seeing that video, I'm even less impressed.
Oh, really?
Like, look how short it is. Like, it's so short. Like, you look at the figure next to it. The figure's almost as tall as it.
Yeah, it's with the landing gear down, it's almost 10 inches tall.
It's so little, man. It's so little.
All right, let's get to some chats here. Robert Diaz, thanks for the super chat. Prepared to release the Kraken when Bobby arrives. I did. You must have sent that before. But yes, I did. We just got to find a good head sculpt for the Mike Honcho action figure.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. I was didn't I text you the one day asking if I should do a Mike Honcho exclusive figure for a show?
You did. You giving that away already, or is it not happening?
It's not happening.
Okay.
It's not happening.
Lyle Convoy, thanks for the super chat. So Bobby, you checked the credits on the front page of the Thundercats book yet?
I did not. I didn't get that far.
Fill us in, Lyle.
Does that mean he is in there?
I don't know.
He is one of the experts.
He should be. Oh man, I had to go in the Super 7 booth at San Diego. I walked into that. Lyle wanted the Groon, the event exclusive Groon.
Okay.
So I walk in there, and this is day one. I'd never been before. Well, little did I know that was just the display area. The line was like forever. Like the lines to all these all these booths are just like, and there's people running the lines, and they take breaks in the lines, and you can't be in line if it's capped, and all this stuff. So I walk in and I see Brian Flynn, and he looks at me.
Ooh.
And boy, I gotta tell you, he looked like an angry elf. But anyway, so I walked in and I'm like, oh yeah,
angry elf.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of dumb. So I finally figure out, oh, you got to go get in line way over there. So that's when I ran into Doug and Random Stuff Garage, Chris, and they were already in line. And so they got the Groon for me to send to Lyle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, when I walked in, Flynn saw me and he walked out.
Of course he did.
Yeah, it was funny.
Of course he did. A little bit.
Mython the Python is here. What's up, Mython? He says, Mr. Vala, is that you answering the Vala YouTube channel comments? And if so, chances of getting an Exo Squad deep dive with your perspectives on that line.
Hell no, that's not me, man. That's what I pay Matt for. You know, you guys know I can't do it all. Can't do it all. No, Matt's gonna be the one answering all your stuff. But every now and then he'll send me one, like if he's like, hey, how should I answer this? Or hey, you might want to do this one, or hey, this might be a cool idea. And the second part of your question is you might like the video next week.
Cool. Right on. I can't find it now, but some smooth brain said that you're jealous of the Rattler. I wanted to bring that up. But
I'm jealous of the Rattler.
yeah, it's gone now.
Of course. I'm super jealous of the Rattler. Super jealous. I'm super jealous of my successful toy company where I put out a bunch of items and I only had to crowdfund once. I'm super jealous. Oh my goodness. You can't have an opinion on something unless you and not be super jealous. Yeah. Listen,
you can't have an opinion about Hasbro.
Jealous, huh?
It's something about Hasbro. People just they worship at the altar.
The guy that said I'm super jealous is the guy I was saying should look in the mirror and be mad at yourself because you're a sucker.
Quipper Fox,
please come back in the chat. Let's go. Let's go at it. Let's go.
Quipper Fox, thank you for the tater chat. Very much. I don't know how to. It says skull. Junkion has a question for you. Do we have a price for the Terrificon exclusive yet?
$325.
What a bargain.
I know.
Can I get two?
I figured, look, if you guys are suckers for all this other Hasbro shit, might as well get on the train, man. Shit, I got bills to pay.
Let's go, baby.
Tell me about it.
V Conley, thank you for the tater chat. Packing for our cruise next week. Can't wait for Joanna. Looking forward to the Vanguard coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
That might, if you're on a cruise next week, oh boy. That might arrive when you're gone.
Yeah.
Thank you, V. Conley. Zakanen is here. Zakanen. I can't make a big deal out of this. Last time he got mad at me. He said his wife was watching.
Oh.
Thank you for the 5 gifted 3 POA bucks. Thank you, Zakanen. The other Zakanen, not the Zakanen. Yeah. Thank you, Zakanen. Thomas Flood with the tater chat. Thank you. Sup, bros? I'll have to catch the replay. It's been a long-ass week. Wanted to say hey, and thanks for being the best in the business. Can't wait for Series 5.
Damn straight.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you very much.
Pre-order is going to be closing soon for Series 5. Just give you guys heads up. I'm going to be posting about it, but they're closing soon.
Good. I put in my second pre-order like 2 days ago.
Listen,
so
the one person whose money I like getting the best is yours.
Oh, you shut up.
And after you, it's Tony.
Andrew is here. What's up, Andrew M? Thanks for the tater chat. He says, I'm getting the ramen toy, the Hunter, instead, and I still need to get a Vanguard. The Hunter is one of the tanks. I forget which one, but I got the desert colored one from Ramen. The other ones I did not pick up. It's too many huge vehicles. I've got enough space, you know. Thank you, Andrew. We got V Conley here. Thanks for the super chat. Our Fellowship of the Dollies patches are better. They are. I got one. They're great.
And I bet you they were cheaper.
Yes. Thank you for that. Drew G with the tater chat. Thank you, sir. Next G.I. Joe HasLab, a 1/12 scale version of Bobby's Cardboard Missile Command. Tiers, markers, scissors, and printout of DIY blast effects. Excelsior.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Could you listen? That'd be awesome if they did that cardboard playset like for 6-inch figures. You know, like awesome that would be.
That'd be cool.
Missing the mark. That's why I said like this year, Hasbro should have reissued the taco truck in 6-inch, man.
That would have been
Missed
cool.
the boat.
That would have fit right in, man. Have you seen the new Deadpool?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
I saw it a second time today.
Okay.
Not as good the second time because
really?
you already know like,
the
prizes, the jokes.
Yeah.
And you start looking at the story and it's like, well, this makes absolutely no sense. But again, you're going there to see Ryan Reynolds act like an idiot, and the action scenes are awesome. So
me and my wife saw it, and she was like, "Yeah, the story was lame," and I was like, "I guess I wasn't really thinking too much about the story," but then I started to think like, what happened in the story, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess it." But listen, it's not like you're looking for like Inception, you know? It's Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I went into it wanting a fun experience. Normally, I like dramas. I like movies to be really deep, but I went into this. I said, I just want to be entertained. And that's exactly what I was. I wish that the Wolverine variants were played by other actors, like that Cavill thing. You know me, I'm a
well,
Cavill
okay.
guy.
Now we gotta warn spoilers because people are gonna.
You think people haven't seen? Listen, the movie's been out for over a week now.
I know, but
Over
still, there's gonna be someone in the chat. What? Who?
All right, spoilers ahead. Yeah, the Henry Cavill Wolverine, fucking awesome. Highlight of the movie for me.
Dude, so
they
good.
should have done other because it's like all the other variants were played by Hugh Jackman, and then one was just played by a different actor. It's like,
yeah,
why?
Since we warned spoilers, how'd you feel about the comic accurate Wolverine? Oh god, that was so funny, dude.
It was really funny.
Oh my god.
I mean, listen, all of like when I think about what they showed, like, okay, the little Wolverine is really funny.
Yeah.
The John Byrne Hulk one, fantastic. The Silvestri when he's up on the X is one of my favorite comic book covers of all time. So seeing that now, it's like I really don't give a shit about the one-handed AOA.
Yeah,
but it's kind of funny they threw that in there.
It was hilarious to see Hugh Jackman with that freaking hair and just like going to town on it.
Yeah.
I was like, they threw an Age of Apocalypse.
I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I guess there's really no other Wolverines I probably would have liked to have seen. You had Old Man Logan. You had the Pack.
He looked great as Old Man Logan.
Great as Old Man Logan.
I want to see that movie, and they can do it now.
Yeah.
Well, except for the Spider-Man or Spider Bitch.
Yeah.
Because that's Sony still, but
till you're 90, like,
right?
You know, it's like, yeah, you could have him till he's 90. I mean, all of it was great. Listen, the comic accurate Gambit, unbelievable.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, the whole
I mean, Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit for years,
and that's the cool part, is that he got to actually play it. Like, that's awesome. I like that. The Jennifer Garner thing, okay, you know, the Wesley Snipes, okay, yeah,
it was like, okay, that's funny, but I mean, that doesn't make her movie good. All of a sudden, Elektra sucked.
Blade. I mean, it would have been cool if they did some others, but it was still great. I mean, I loved it. I mean, Cassandra Nova. What?
Wesley Snipes.
Right? And I thought when I had heard, because I like spoilers, so I knew that all these characters were going to be in there. I didn't realize that, like, people were like, oh, they're cameos. No. They had parts in the movie. Like, it wasn't a cameo is one scene. Dude, they were a pivotal part of the third act. So, you know.
Yeah, it was kind of like it felt kind of like a farewell to the Fox universe.
I love that they did that in the credits. That was so nice that they did that. Like, normally you could probably see them not like, oh, we don't give a shit about that. But it was really nice that they celebrated that. You know, they could have not easily not done that. But I remember, like, when those credits rolled and I saw that, it got like a little emotional. I'm like, listen, those are some great movies.
Because you're an old softy.
I'm fucking real soft, but you know, it was great. I like that. I thought that was better than the actual end credit scene.
Yeah. Well, the after credit scene was still funny, but
it was funny, but I mean, they did nothing to set up anything else. And that was the other thing. I liked that it was standalone. Kind of was just, it was what it was.
You know? It's funny. I don't know what it was, but when Chris Evans took the hood off and it's like, okay, we got Captain America here, right?
Yeah.
But there was something about him that didn't look right. And I don't know what it was, because it wasn't like, oh, he has his beard gone, because he had his beard gone in Endgame.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what it was, but when he said flame on, it was like, that's what it is. I don't know if it was just his acting, but he didn't look like Captain America, Chris Evans.
Well, he also had brown hair.
It was it the brown hair?
Yeah, because Cap is blonde.
That's what it is.
Yeah, Cap is blonde.
But he also had a thicker New York accent.
He was very much like he did everything to not play Cap.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was great. I love that. And then the way he died was hilarious.
I like how he was one of the only 2 people to drop a C unit.
Yeah, he did.
You know, it's like, wow, Captain America just said the C word.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Chris Evans was slimmed down, says Bigham.
Yeah.
Could have been. He's got to put on a lot of muscle to play Cap. That's a lot of work. Henry
And
Cavill was still jacked.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so guys like Cavill are big all the time. Now, I wonder if they're big all the time just because those are the roles they're getting.
Yeah.
But ever since he played Superman, I don't think he's ever slimmed down. Now, some guys just get used to a routine.
Yeah.
You know, you get used to it. Like, I have my gym routine. I'm there every day. It's
but that kind of gym routine has a shot in the leg too.
Oh,
It's got like 6,000 calories a day.
Yep.
And it's
yeah. But I always thought like Chris Evans was always in really good shape in all the movies he was in. Like I'd see him in rom-coms and shit like that, and he was always pretty jacked. Chris Hemsworth is one of those guys that slims down.
Yeah.
You know, Daniel Craig would slim down between Bond movies. You know, but there's very, very few guys that actually just stay big.
Henry Cavill's working on a Warhammer stuff for Amazon. Okay, so maybe that's why. That's why he's still
Warhammer. He's also working on what's it called? What's the movie I haven't seen? Highlander.
That's right, Highlander. Yeah.
So he was big for Witcher. Like that's the thing. He's just always big, you know. And I think people just want to see him in big roles, like jacked. But I watched. You know what I watched last night? Such an underrated movie.
But
I love it. Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Never seen it. It looked stupid. It looked like one of those throwaway.
You know what it is? I love Guy Ritchie movies. Love them.
That's a Guy Ritchie movie?
It's a Guy Ritchie movie. Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's so good, dude. It's so entertaining. It's kind of like a 60s spy espionage movie.
Yeah.
You know, but it's and I'm like, why did this movie not do well? It's so good. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, go watch that movie. If you honestly say you don't like it, I'll give you $100.
Okay.
All right. You have to be honest though.
Well,
I'll know if you're lying.
Now wasn't the main actor in that? Like, wasn't he like a sex pest and
Army Hammer? Yeah.
Army Hammer, yeah.
Army Hammer. Which sucks because I think he's a great actor. He's got a great look. He was supposed to be Batman in the Justice League Mortal movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he'd be a great Batman. Like and I'm like, it's too bad he had really weird fetishes. Like, dude, why couldn't you just keep that shit under wraps? Like, you have to let it affect your life, and now you're not an actor anymore. He did great movies.
Forgot I had these cough drops down here. I need one of these. Okay, so we got to get back to the chat here. Mrs. LP is in the chat.
Tangent.
Huh?
Yeah, we went on a Wolverine tangent.
We did. Mrs. LP's here. She says, one of my favorite parts of SDCC was photobombing Pixel Dan's picture with the Hasbro team at the booth. Listen, she had way more fun than I did. She was living it up. She was like, oh yeah, she was just, it was hilarious. It was hilarious to see how excited she was to get a picture with like the Hasbro guys with her Valaverse shirt on, you know? Like she gets a picture, and this is in the video. She gets a picture with Ryan and Dan, and I'm just being a jackass, and I'm like, on the count of 3, say action for us. 1, 2, 3, and friggin' Ryan Tink said it. He said action for us in the Hasbro booth.
I meant to text him about it, but I forgot. I forgot to.
Yeah. Someone was like, if that doesn't get her a pink Vanguard, I don't know what will.
She might get a pink Vanguard for that, but she can't give it to you though.
No, I don't want it. I don't want a pink car. That's stupid. Who makes a pink Vanguard?
Was Pixel Dan walking around with his Fisher Price T-ball set? Serving up them T-ball questions?
I didn't see any of the interviews that anyone did with, Hasbro guys, but I did see guys in there doing their interviews, But he may have interviewed him. I don't know.
Of course he did. Of course he did. You think they're not going to go with the most positive guy on the fucking internet?
Well,
Come
sure.
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Justin Booth, thanks for the tater chat. He says, I'd rather buy 2 Ramen racer vehicles. Man, sorry guys, this thing sucks. Yes, Justin. I actually did get 2 Ramen racer vehicles. I'm waiting on the Hazard one, the Hazard Lee they called it.
Yeah.
Carlos, thanks for the tater chat. He says just did a side by side of WW and WB, not the same. Yep. Thank you for that. We got J-Rod here. Thanks for the tater chat. I don't see any reuse with Wild Bill. That is correct. Sorry, I'm just getting to these guys.
Pixel Dan doing live streams with Dan Larson. Why are you guys watching us? Although he's probably just saying that.
Oh, are they live right now?
Huh?
Are they live?
I just saw I saw Ninja Knight's comment about doing it. It's just like,
I was gonna say if they're live right now, we should stream snipe them and add commentary over the top. That'd be funny.
That's why it's like, listen, I've met Dan several times. I like him. I may not like the way he does things, but I like him as a person. But if you align yourself with Dan Larson might be one of the biggest pieces of shit in the entire toy community.
Listen, stop holding back. Just tell us what you think.
Well, listen, people are just like, oh, Bobby's abrasive. Bobby. No, man, I'm fucking real. I'm real.
It keeps it real.
And you guys come and watch because you know I'm real. Because you're not going to hear Dan Larson say stuff like that because he's a super nice guy. But then I'll go use the hell you say? Yeah, then I'll go use his platform, political motivations. But fuck him. Yeah, he's a piece of listen. I'm trying to think like pieces of shit in the toy industry. It's like Brian Flynn, Dan Larson, everyone at Hasbro.
You still got friends there, though.
I shouldn't say everyone. I should say like I'm trying to think like I definitely hate Lenny more than Dwight. I mean, Dwight's a piece of shit. Lenny's a way bigger piece of shit, though. They're both liars, though. They're both liars with no balls. So yeah.
Let's see here. What are you not sure about? It's up to the big guy downstairs. Who are you calling big? Excuse me. What is? I don't know what you're talking about.
Who are you talking to?
Mrs. LP in the chat.
Oh.
We got a super chat here from Articulated Ninja. He says, come on, Vala, charge us for the Locust before shipping the Vanguard. Step you greedy came up, lol, and start making some patches. Clearly, it's what's hot.
Right? It's just like, I'm the asshole. Remember, guys, I'm the asshole. I'm the jealous asshole when I'm the one doing more for the customer in the toy community than any other company out there. It's cool. It's like, yeah, I should be charging you, I should be charging you for 6 other series before Series 5 ships. It's like, I should. Because obviously you guys show that you're willing to pay it. You're willing to do it. Why not take advantage of what you guys are showing as okay business practices?
Lieutenant Dan, I got your ice cream. Thank you, Mython. I love that movie. I love that part of that movie, too. He takes it, he throws it in the bedpan.
Right.
Lieutenant Dan, I got
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Oh, so good. Sorry, guys. Man, this COVID is like lingering. I tested negative.
Just stop it.
I need sympathy.
COVID's not real anymore.
It's not. It's pretty much just been a cold.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It was worse for the old lady because it was her first time having it, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, at the end of that video, she looked like she was not having it.
Yeah, she was like,
yeah.
She's like, I'm going to go back to the hotel. I was like, I'm going to go with you. I think I've done everything and seen everything I want to. Let's just go chill. And then
cons, man. Cons they're rough places, man. All that stale air, all those people. That many people shouldn't be in one enclosed area like cattle.
There are some stinky people in there, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's bad when you're outside and there's a breeze and you still smell the guy 10 feet away. It's like, oh my God, your eyes are burning.
Yep.
Let's see here. We got Preston Phalanx. Thanks for the super chat. We need Diaper Island patches with the Vanguard. When you made the Steel Brigade patches, were they at the same factory, or did you have to like have made?
No, I got them done at another factory, and then it's called outsourcing. Like basically, you just have another factory, and then they ship it to that factory, and then it's all done together.
Any plans to do anything else like that in the future?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it was cool. It was cool to do that.
It was a nice throwback to, the original.
It was. It was.
Cool. Thank you, Preston Phalanx. JC Fett is here. What's up, JC Fett? With the Tater Chat. Hey, guys, do you think Hasbro will make sure it hits all unlocks so people don't back out? I think it's going to hit all.
It's funded. No one's backing out of this.
No.
Yeah, no one's backing out.
No, this is going to go over 20,000.
Yeah.
Baroness is going to unlock, no problem.
Yeah.
Everything will be.
Listen, the first week is always the strongest. You have this lull, and then at the end it spikes up. So
yeah,
they'll be fine. They'll hit it all.
Ninja Knight says the fact that nobody pressed them on the patches and interviews just shows how hard those shills are caught up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, and that's the thing. Who's going to be the guy? Like, I don't have a press channel. Like, I'm not going to go to comment. Like, they never let me in the Hasbro booth there. But it's like, who's going to be the one? And that's what I get mad about. Like, these guys not holding Hasbro accountable because you want your free toys. You want a seat at the table. That seat at the table is worth more than integrity. Like, it is. You can say it. I get it. You know, all you guys with your big channels, you guys know who I'm talking about. You got to see the table. You're not going to fuck up that seat at the table. You fuck up that seat at the table, then your business is messed up. I get it. But then again, all you guys with those big channels, YouTube isn't your business. You got other jobs. So my thing is, it's like, who is going to serve up the hard questions? You could still love Hasbro and support them, but still ask the question. Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid to. You guys really did patches? Like, don't you think that's kind of like, Like, I'd love to pressure them. You should hold them accountable. Make them answer that question. Make them listen, they chose that route. Make them justify what they are serving to you. You know?
Yeah.
But no one's going to do it because they're scared. Because you're scared. You guys with your seats at the table, you're scared. You're scared. You're never going to do it.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be the one? Are you going to be the one that breaks the mold? Are you going to be the one that?
No, because they'll break the mold and then they'll never be invited back.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like someone like Shardamus or Dan. Their channels are so big, they're not going to lose their fan base. So if either one of those two guys goes up to Hasbro and be like, so let me ask you about the patches. Like, you really think like patches were like good as an unlock? Don't you think that's kind of cheap? You think they're going to blacklist channels with over 100,000 subscribers? No. It's like if a sports star like stops, like it tells ESPN to go F off, like, do you think ESPN is going to not try to interview him again? Of course they're going to try to interview him again. Like, stop. Like, use your channel and your following for good. You're not using it for good. You're using it for just your own, like, you know, your own
clout.
Like, yeah, you're a clout. That's a perfect word. It's just like, no, like, hold them accountable. Like, hold them accountable. Like,
it's a high school cool kids club. It really is.
I just don't get it. Like, anyone that comes and has done interviews with me has said anything off limits. No. And it'll always be a no. Always be a no. What part of me that I've put out here makes you think that I'm ever going to not answer a question honestly? You guys are mad because I answer questions honestly. You guys are mad because I speak like my mind honestly, because nobody else does it. Nobody else does it. It's so unfortunate. But instead, it's toys. Toys. Hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. Instead, you'll think it. You'll go into your the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever seen was that stupid fucking secret galaxy fucking group of it's Dan and Larson and Shartimus. I forgot who else. There was one other guy in there. Remember, they had their little fucking pact and they would do their live streams together. And it was like they would get a little real. They would get a little real and be like, oh, yeah, you know. How about be real all the fucking time? All the time. What do you need like the three of you getting together for your circle jerk to be real? How about just be real all the time? Be real, hold accountable, and we'll all be in a better place. Because people, if you hold people accountable, they will make better stuff. I don't understand. I hold myself accountable, so I try to keep making good stuff. But it's like, you know, that's just the way it is.
I should hold you accountable, for being on time for the show.
100%. I mean, when your wife's like, "Hey, we don't have any kids. Let's get down." I'm gonna get down. So
that's right.
I'm not thinking about the podcast at that point.
All right. We got 49er Brian here. Thanks for the super chat. Bobby, are you at all worried about shipping of the Vanguard? I feel bad for Ramen right now.
Why would I be worried?
Bobby handles his own shipping.
Yeah, we handle our shipping. For Ramen, it's different. They have to import from China to the US. They have to have US distributors like putting that stuff out there, which is why their shipping is, more expensive, Yeah. But
it's not Ace and team in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Shipping these out to the customers.
Yeah. Now here's a little like inside baseball. So when you have your things called cost sheets. Cost sheet is all the overhead, all the tooling, all the deco counts, all the production costs for the item. Then you have, what the item costs, what the item sells for, how many units you're selling, what your profit margin is. The one thing that I never factor in, because I look at it, it's a cost of doing business, because I also don't know these numbers while you're doing your cost sheet, is the shipping cost. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, the Vanguards, we made so many Vanguards and had so many pre-orders that it's in 3 containers. I never had a shipment that big before. So 3 containers are coming. It was also the largest amount of money I've ever spent on shipping. However, the price of the Vanguard was the price of the Vanguard. Like, I didn't know what the shipping cost was going to be. So it's like you set the price for the Vanguard based on your costs and things like that. So when you finally find out what the shipping cost is, that goes on your cost sheet as an expense, but it comes off of your profit. So, and it's like some companies might be like, no, you got to factor that in. And I'm sure you can, but you don't always know, because how do you know if you're shipping 5,000 units or 10,000 units or 20,000 units by the time pre-orders are done? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't know. So, to me, it's just like, all right, well, that just means we got to sell more of them. Or, it just ate into what the profit was, because it's the cost of doing business. I mean, but because I always know you're never going to dodge shipping. Mm-hmm. I have a US-based company. I manufacture in China. I'm always going to have China shipping. So, it's just, that's why it's a cost of doing business. But I'm not like worried. And then it's like, it comes here. Now, you guys know that I ended up doing free shipping on the Vanguard. So there's more that comes off the top. Now, obviously, if for a business to do well, you got to make profit. Obviously, I've done well enough to keep going all these years doing profit without crowd funds and this and that. So obviously, I think I know what I'm doing, even with free shipping and stuff like that. So, but again, you got to take care of your consumer. You cannot just bend them over the barrel and expect them to say okay every time. It's just not going to happen. But now the good thing is I have an employee who used to be, he got me hired at Hasbro. He's a real pit bull. He got us some really good new negotiated rates for shipping, and that really saved us. It's because shipping sucks, and especially this is the peak season.
Yeah.
So like containers are really expensive right now, but luckily he's helped us get really, really better rates because of his contacts. So, they just said the Pink Steel Brigade is shipping this week, and the rate we got, our old rate, then we got the new rate, and it was like, holy shit, that's a great rate. And it'll get here in 35 days. So, just in time for, a little before October. So I'm just wondering if when I get them in, if I'll put them up right away or just wait for, October to start since it's for breast cancer awareness, but we'll see when that gets there.
Cool. Thank you, 49er Brian. We got Gatcha Gray. Thanks for the super chat. Are you guys getting Fans Project Skyhawk? So myself, I am not. I don't have the nostalgia for that vehicle that a lot of people do. It's not for me. How about you, Bobby?
No.
How do you feel about the third party companies? Like Fans, the Fans Hobby or Fans Toys or whatever. They usually do Transformers, and now they're getting into GI Joe vehicles.
Yeah, I saw that. It's tough for me,
right?
Because I've bought third party stuff before. I've got a bunch of Black Major Steel Brigades, but and I at the end of the day, I'm like 80% that it's wrong and 20% as a fan, like, cool, that's cool. So for me, at the end of the day, theft is theft. And it sucks because I'm friends with Ace. I like Ace a lot. Third party stuff is a touchy area, because while you may think it's okay to do something because, oh, well, Hasbro's not doing this, so I should be able to do it. That's not okay. That's their property. That's their IP. That's their copyright material. You're not allowed to do it. That is illegal. Whether you're in Canada, I think like the Black Major guy is in Canada, other third-party people are overseas in Asia.
What's Black Major?
Black Major was this company that basically retooled O-ring GI Joes, like made troopers and things like that. But same construction, same design, same everything. They basically sent figures over to the factory and said, recreate this exact figure. So it's ripping off people's shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, just because you want something and the company that owns the design isn't doing it, doesn't give you the right to do it. So, it's just wrong. It's wrong. It's theft. Put it this way. If, third party, someone tried to do one of my figures, I would spend every single dime I had and bankrupt my company and go to the ends of the fucking earth to make sure I ended them, to stop what they're doing. It's just wrong. And it's like, it's harder in Asia to do it, but it can be done. There are copyright laws and things like that. Some are more lax than others. It's just that you don't have the right to just do whatever you want. And I'd rather see these people put that effort into creating their own thing, your own original design, not taking something someone else owns, whether they know that they own it or not. You don't have free reign to do that. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. So, as a business owner, as an IP owner, I take copyright very seriously, and that supersedes being a toy fan.
Yeah.
If Hasbro never wants to make a Skyhawk, hey man, that's their choice. They fucking own it. They own it.
Did you see? Sorry, go ahead.
You don't have the right to decide that. You don't.
Did you see that company that was ripping off Pitt from Dale Keown?
Yeah.
You see that Big Bad Toy Store was feeling the pressure and removed it from their store.
So that's the other thing is like, say Asia retailers are doing a third party thing. Yeah, maybe they think, oh, I'm untouchable. I'm in Asia. What are you going to do? You're going to litigate over here? No, but we can go to your US distributor and say, this person's ripping off my fucking IP. Then your US distribution is gone. That's what they don't understand. You could feel the burn and the pressure by other means other than litigation.
Yeah.
So, that like,
what?
And that's the thing. But you know what? There's so many toy fans out there. Listen, there's tons of companies ripping off shit right now. It's like rip off central. It's like, what can I do that isn't original that I can just do my own? And they're doing it all over the fucking place. And it's like, it's going to get you eventually, but it's just like, what an unoriginal fucking thing to do.
I remember Hasbro stepped in when they were doing Unicron. Some third party company was going to do their Unicron at the same time.
Yep.
And they stepped in and there was like the factory got raided or something. Maybe I'm misremembering what happened here, but
yeah, I heard that.
I guess the molds went somewhere else and someone else made that same third party Unicron.
It's shady over there. It's shady, but
yeah.
I mean, look, I bought this because Ninja said, like, I bought this from 5K Toys. This is from a video game, right? What video game is this from?
God of War. That's licensed though, isn't it?
No, this is not licensed.
Oh, really?
This is not licensed because it doesn't say God of War. It says Decide War from
Lord of Battle
from Bro Toys. Like, no, this is definitely a
Baron of Beating.
Now, Ninja told me to get this because he said that they were saying they were doing something different with the tooling, 5-axis CNC machines, and I said I kind of want to see what that is. But it's like at the end of the day, that's a knockoff.
Yeah.
Now, again, I have that Ledger Joker. That's a knockoff. That Ledger Joker that we have that's really fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's a knockoff. So it sucks. I mean, it's they shouldn't be doing it. But
so I never really cared, right? Like I can't force myself to care when I see someone ripping off Hasbro or Mattel. It's like whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when I saw that company ripping off Dale Keown, who is the owner of Pitt, that's not owned by a corporation. It's owned by Dale Keown, the artist, Image Comics. And I happen to know that guy could use the money.
Sure.
Right. That's when I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I mean, it'd be one thing if they reached out to him, reach out to the guy, say, hey, let's make this, cut him in.
Yeah. If Bro Toys, they made an awesome product.
What's up, bro?
If they reached out to me and was like, hey, can we do some Action Force stuff? Yeah. Let's get a licensing agreement. Let's do it. All good. Cool. Let's do it. But it's just like, it's like whether it's they don't give a fuck whether it's a corporation or an artist owning his IP. To them, it doesn't matter. What can I make?
All right. We got more chats here. Thomas goes nostalgic. What's up, man? He's coming to Terrificon or Rhode Island. I forget. Terrificon, I think. Anyway,
couple weeks.
Yeah, he says I'm the only one sad there was no Dazzler. I really wanted some new figures of her. Yeah, the last one they did was in that Mojo box set, I think. Yeah, that would have been cool. Thanks for the super chat, man. We got them boys hunting them toys. Thanks for the super chat. Liked your skit with Hatter. Oh, good. Thanks, man. That was a lot of fun hanging out with him. That was funny. Some people took that seriously. They thought Hatter was really cussing me out. Did you see that video?
I didn't.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
I'll just leave, I guess. I'm not needed here. But it was funny. Even Hatter was like, he was doing a live stream with Nostalgia Unboxed, and he's like, someone said something or I said something. He's like, look, he's like, you're too dry. Your sarcasm is too good. People take you seriously. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know how to do worse at sarcasm. But yeah, it was great. It was a blog day 3. Had her cuss me out a little bit. It made fun of me. Jason Evangelista with 5 3POA podcast memberships. Thank you so much. 5 gifted memberships from Jason Evangelista. Appreciate you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Zakanen with the super chat. Thank you, Zakanen. Wife isn't watching tonight, so I'm good, LP. Member stream tonight, or are you recovering after this? I will do a member stream. I'm not going to let a little tickle in my throat stop me. And since your wife is not there, we should do this correctly. Don't you think, Bobby? Zakanen with 5 3POA podcast memberships. Thank you so much, Zakanen. It's a party thanks to Zakanen. You rock, man. Bobby forgot his sunglasses.
Apparently.
We're done. Thank you, Zakanen. Maximilian Tucker, thanks for the tater chat. So, what do you think they got right on the HasLab? I think it looks cool. I mean, I don't know. It's a cool toy. I like all the lights on the inside. We haven't even hardly covered it.
they got the nostalgia factor. Like,
sure,
they did a 6-inch Rattler. Like,
it exists.
It exists. It doesn't exist yet, but
right. But they're actually doing it. I mean, they're packing in a lot of cool stuff. I like the rockets. I like that they included blast effects, which they didn't do for the Hiss.
This is true.
That would have been nice to get for the Hiss. Thank you. Thank you, Suka, for making blast effects for the Hiss. Appreciate you. I like the stand. You got to have a stand for it.
I don't think the stand's tall enough. Like the one for the Dragonfly is really tall.
So this stand is,
I think it's 11 inches.
It's 11 inches long.
Yeah,
it's only
11 inches long. They really meant high.
Did they?
Yeah, because it's 11. 11 is the longest measurement, and that's what the height is.
I was thinking the base is 11 inches long.
No, that if it was the base, it would have been width, but the height is they meant to put 11.34 as the height because that's what the height is.
Why do they always get it wrong?
Because they're idiots.
Makes sense.
What else? Look at the picture. Like looking at the like I know that it's in perspective and foreground and background, but the stand would be 11 inches.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's like twice almost the height of the figure there. So
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a cool vehicle for 112. I don't really have any problem with the product itself. I think it's a good product. I'd like it if it was 275 like the Dragonfly. Either way, you got to keep in mind I'm not backing this thing. This is all for you guys. It's not for me.
I'd like it if they got the maps the correct angle on their legs, but
the maps.
So the map. So the Wild Weasel has a map on his thigh that slips onto his thigh. But they made it. It's so when you're sitting in the cockpit and you look down at your map, you see it the right side up. So it should be upside down when you're looking straight on the figure, which is how the original was. However, in all their promo pictures, they put it so it's right side up looking at you. Whereas if he was sitting in the cockpit, he'd look at his map and it's upside down. But that's shit that Hasbro misses all the time.
Now, this battle damage panel here that you can swap out, apparently it's backlit.
Oh,
so it looks like it. Yeah. So let's see if they got a picture here. I thought that was really cool. That was a really cool feature. So you could put a battle damage thing on because he just got shot. Maybe there's a fire on the inside.
The original had the battle damage panel.
Yeah. See, there it is. See?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got lights in there. So it looks like, it's the steel is glowing hot.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like all the little things that open, see the interior parts. I think you can see the engines open up there on the wings. That's all cool little features, you know. I'd like a pinup girl sticker to go on the front, though. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a nice addition, you know. A couple of nice big titties. You know what I'm saying?
Canceled.
Oh, we're in trouble now. Yeah, but yeah, thank you, Maximilian Tucker. We got Tim Taser, member for 12 months. It's been 12 months that we've been doing channel memberships. Thank you so much, Tim Taser, for being a channel member for 12 months. In fact, guess what? The Bloody Pandora heads from Robert Diaz. Thank you, Robert. We're going to give these away to members only. That's what we're going to do. And I'll figure out something else to give away. I'm going to give away a Death's Head, the new San Diego Comic-Con. It's not an exclusive. It's a fan channel. But I'm going to give away one of those too. Probably not tonight, but celebrating 12 months of channel membership at some point this month. Thank you, Tim Taser. He says, Bobby, thanks for the warehouse sale. Since you're in the office, can you give us a peek of a mystery tin or Muddy Vanguards in the first shipment?
Nope. You can wait until you get it in the mail. And
Oh.
Muddy Vanguards, yes. Muddy and Pink Vanguards are part of the first shipment. Muddy Vanguards will go up probably once we put the them back up for stock. So stay tuned.
Cool. Thank you, Tim. I'm sure we're going to see him at Terrificon in Rhode Island, and he goes to all the cons.
He does.
And then Brian Dillingham is here with the Brian Dillinghamism. Dillinghamism. Thank you, Brian, so much for that. Okay. Is there anything we missed on? I'm sure we missed a ton of things on the Rattler here.
Probably, but who gives a fuck?
Who cares? No, I'm kidding. A lot of cool stuff.
People are suckers. They're buying it. It funded. Who cares?
Is this so? Do you think this is a $275 item like the Dragonfly? Or
it should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, if you look at it, Dragonfly came with a bunch of effects and bombs and stuff and a stand that's bigger. Came with figures. So now you're looking at just the vehicle as a whole. Same length. Smaller cockpit on the Rattler. So basically, you guys are paying an extra $50 for wings. Wings. It's cool, man. You paid a bunch of extra money for patches, so who gives a shit? But like I got it. Listen, it funded. Like I knew it was gonna fund. I knew it was gonna fund in less than 24 hours. Like, you know, there's no secret. Of course, a G.I. Joe HasLab is gonna be successful because you guys will pay anything for anything. Like, I'm trying to think of a ridiculous thing they will give you and you'll pay for. Let's see. What was, listen, if they did the Fang as a HasLab, you'd pay $200 for it. You know, you would.
Which one is the Fang?
The Fang's that little tiny one-seater helicopter.
Oh, wait, yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Because what's the little hang glider thing called that they just showed?
Oh, the Skyhawk or whatever?
No, shit. Chad would be really pissed at me right now.
The one that was made out of styrofoam back in the day?
No. They showed it. It has the female pilot. It's
that thing.
It's white. It's got white. The claw. Yeah. Listen, I bet you guys would pay $150 for the claw. Don't act like you wouldn't. You would. You know. So
you think it'd be that much though?
Well, no, it's not going to be that. I'm just saying, if they did a HasLab for the claw and it was $150, I guarantee you would fund in 24 hours.
Sure. Yeah.
So
yeah, Joe fans are thirsty.
That's the thing. It's like just the point I'm trying to make is just like, you know, and it's like, I love that they did the claw and put a female pilot on it to make it seem bigger because all their female figures are really small. So it's like, no, how about you put a male figure on there and show us the real size?
Yeah. All right, we got a tater chat from Death Row. Thank you, sir. Bobby, with the new Pandora's coming, can we get some Action Force motorcycles? All these options out here do not scale very well.
It's motorcycles, like I guess it's like because I've worked on a bunch of motorcycles with Legends, and there's so many motorcycles that have been put out. To me, it's like, why do you need another motorcycle? That's probably why I wouldn't do a motorcycle.
No
It's
one's
like,
done a motorcycle with sidecar yet.
this is true. This is true. I mean, I'm trying to think, if Pandora rode a motorcycle, would she be a chopper kind of gal? Would she be a sidecar kind of gal? Would she be a slingshot kind of gal? Would she be like a ninja kind of gal? I don't know. I think she'd be like a chopper kind of gal.
Oh, I was thinking a sports bike. I was thinking
maybe, but it's like I did a sport bike for Black Widow, so it's like
that one should scale with Action Force.
It should.
Yeah,
it should. So, yeah.
All right.
No motorcycles.
No motorcycles. Thank you, Death Row. And then our buddy, it's Jay Gonzo, who we did get to meet at DFW. He says, "Can I swap out one for a Muddy? I ordered 3 Vanguards."
Unfortunately, you cannot. The orders are the orders. The Muddies will be a totally separate item.
And the Muddies, like if you pre-ordered the Vanguard, then you're getting the rocket launcher included.
Exactly.
The Muddies won't have that included.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Jay Gonzo. And Robert Diaz is here with another super chat. Thank you, Robert. He says, "Come on, Bobby. With Hasbro's success rate on these HasLabs, they might just go ahead with the Eco Warrior septic tank, just because they can reuse the Hiss mold."
Listen, I'd probably back it. I was down with Eco Force or Eco Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's go, baby. Get that bright orange Eco Warriors Hiss tank, the septic tank, whatever. Yeah. All right. All right, guys, stay tuned for the after show. Was there anything else I'm forgetting? I know there was a ton of reveals at San Diego Comic-Con with G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends and all that. There's a ton we could talk about. There's only
can I just talk about the one reveal of the fucking weekend that was the most epic reveal ever?
Yes, of course.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
No.
It's from my favorite company. Motherfucking Doomsday.
Oh, now that wasn't at San Diego, but yes, Mayfest.
It wasn't it? I thought that was at San Diego.
No. They don't come over here.
Oh, that was at like Hong Kong.
No, that was at their own Metacom Toy Expo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was their own thing.
Shit.
Listen, Bobby, I did a whole show about it on this channel.
Apparently not, but sorry, I thought that was a San Diego Comic-Con reveal.
But yes, here I can bring up a picture maybe.
Okay.
You want to talk about that real quick?
I mean, I wish they would have posed him out like he's straight up and down, which kind of made him look stupid. But
he was a full-on, like prototype here. So
yeah, I know, but you could pose out prototypes. Act like I never dealt with a prototype.
I mean, Okay, this is from Reddit. So let's bring this up.
Oh, look at that.
This is grayscale. This doesn't look. Oops. This doesn't look too great. Let me open this image. Why won't they let me just open the damn image? They got to keep their stupid Reddit crap. Yeah, there's Doomsday.
So good. Oh, I'm so excited.
People were saying he looks so small, but look at the size of him on that stand.
Yeah, he is enormous.
Yeah, the Mayfix stand, I mean,
he's enormous.
That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely bigger than Bane.
Yeah, and he should be. I mean,
oh, yeah.
I still think Bane is too big, but
Bane is not too big.
He's too big.
It's perfect.
He's too big.
Get the DC license, Vala.
Huh?
Get the DC license, Vala.
Right. If you look at Doomsday in the comics, when he fought Superman, he wasn't like monster big. Like McFarlane makes their Doomsdays too big. This Doomsday, I'm so excited. So excited. I'm like, man, I want like containment suit Doomsday. Like this should be a 2-pack, and I don't even care if it's $200. I want a containment suit Doomsday, and then this Doomsday. See, he's not like
he's large.
He's large, but he's not ridiculously huge. Everyone's saying like he's too small. He's not too. Listen, Bane is too big. So the people that think Bane is sized correctly and Doomsday's not, listen. I know what I'm talking about. I know proportions. Just listen to me. Doomsday is size correct. Plus, you don't see Doomsday next to another figure.
You listen.
So
I'm a Mafex shill.
yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
You and me both. I did a whole video about them.
I know you did.
Yeah.
We got J-Mac. What's up, J-Mac, with the Tater Chat? Bobby, why didn't you grab that comic book?
What comic? Oh, the
Giant Size X-Men.
Giant Size X-Men. I thought it was a little too much. I just think that the markets for toys and comics is just way too fucking high right now. I think we all need to come down the planet fucking Earth and realize what shit is worth. And it's like, yeah, maybe he'll get someone to buy that, but $1,000, and he was like, oh, I'll probably come down 50. If he said 800, I gave him 800 all day for that book. That book wasn't $1,000 book. It was a little beat up. Now, I like comics that aren't graded. I'd rather a beat up copy of a book.
Yeah.
Because one, it lets me get the issue, and I don't mind the condition, and it lets me get the issue for a reasonable price. Yeah. But he definitely would not have taken the 800. Because when I said like if he was like, I'd do 9, I'd say I liked 8 better, but $50, like $50 is nothing.
Yeah.
So, I was willing to walk away from that sale. Now, it was also a tactic. I was like, I showed my interest in it, and then I showed that I was interested in walking away. Had he been like, all right, well, what would you do it for? But he didn't ask. So I knew that he wasn't going to let it go. If he would have said, all right, well, what would you do it for? I knew I got him. And then we would have had a deal. But he'd rather take that book around to other shows. That's fine. That's fine. I can tell you right now, if I do the Shop the Curiosity again next year, and he's there with that book again next year, I'm be like, you peddled this thing around for a year. Guess you didn't get $1,000 for it. I'm willing to wait. It wasn't high on my list. I'm a DC guy, but it's like I like key issues, and it's a gorgeous, it's a gorgeous historical book. That's like when I was at ZoloCon. There was a guy that had a graded copy of Amazing Fantasy 15. It was graded at a 0.5, like the lowest grade you can ever get. Mm-hmm. And I said, just for shits and giggles, can you tell me? And before I can even finish my sentence, the guy said $15K. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, $15K.
I've seen grade like 2s and 3s for around
for
that.
A 0.5.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna come to your show with $15,000 to buy that book? Like, get the fuck out of here. And I think a lot of these guys, they don't want to sell this stuff. There was a guy at DFW that had a Michael Jordan rookie card, and I've been on the market for a Michael Jordan rookie card, and I'd never seen one in person, so I got to like hold one in person. And he told me what he wanted for it, and I was like, ew. And I looked up on eBay like what that grade was selling for, and it was like $2,000 less. And I was like, hey man, would you meet these prices? He goes, nah, I'm not really interested in selling it. He goes, if I get the price I'm asking, yeah, I'll sell it, but I'm not really interested in selling it. It's like, well, why the fuck do you have it there? That's why, like, sometimes I just fucking can't stand resellers, because it's like, you're supposed to be there selling fucking product. The name of the game is to move fucking product, not move product from one show to the other. It's to sell it, it and make fucking money. Because you peddling that thing around from show to show to show, how is that making you money? It's not.
Yeah. Me and Doug had a similar situation at San Diego. We're at this guy's booth, and I know this guy. He's at Emerald City Comic Con. He's at all the big cons. He was at Star Wars Celebration. He's a primarily Marvel Legends guy.
Mm-hmm.
His prices are ridiculous. So he has like the one Marvel Legend, well, one of a few that I really, really want, and it's mint in the box. It's the con exclusive X-Force 3-pack with Archangel, Wolverine, and Psylocke.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, man, I'm like, how much you want for that thing? He looks at me. He's like, whoa. I'm like, how much? Because I've seen it. He's had it, for forever. He's like, $400. I'm like, get out of here. He's like, look. He's like, that's what it sells for. If you can even find one when it comes up. Well, he must not know that I collect these things, and I've been collecting them since day one of Marvel Legends. Those things sell for about $250. Okay. People can list them for whatever they want, but they're selling for around $250. And so Doug's like, how long do you want to hold on to that thing and carry it around? He's like, well, it's a good piece to have at the table. Brings people over. Maybe they'll buy something else. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you got Ross Marvel Legends back there for $30. No one's buying your crap, And so like me and Doug were talking about it. It's just like, this is ridiculous. You're going to carry that thing around forever and ask for $400? No one's giving you $400. And guess what? You're still going to have it when Marvel Legends eventually makes a new X-Force Archangel.
Yep.
They've already done Psylocke. They've already done Wolverine. As soon as they do an X-Force Archangel, that thing is going to sell for maybe $50.
Yep.
So,
well, when he said to you,
I would have given him $200 cash right there.
Well, when he said that's what it sells for, you should have been like, well, why don't you just put it up on eBay and sell it for that then?
Yeah. No, he's like, oh no, it brings people to the table. And I'm looking around. I'm like,
it brings people to the table to look at it and hear and that's the thing. Like, when I do a lot of these shows, I see a lot of some of the same vendors. There are some guys that I know are just way overpriced. I won't even bother going to their table because if you become the guy whose prices are fucking ridiculous and you don't come down on stuff and it's just overpriced, like, why do I even want to waste my time with you? Like, I'm not. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, his booth for me, because I see him at all these cons. His booth for me is like, oh, it's a cool curiosity. It's a cool like little museum booth.
Yeah,
where I just look at stuff because I'll never pay those prices. It's not. I've never bought anything from him, and I've been seeing him at cons for a good decade. So whatever.
It's like when I see guys trying to sell Power of the Force 2 figures for $10. Stop it,
dude. There was guys at San Diego that were selling them for like $3-4.
Yeah, that's what they should be.
And they were still sitting there.
That's what they should be.
All right. Now one cool thing that I got at the con, I want to mention real quick, just because I know there's a lot of salty G.I. Joe fans watching right now.
Of course there are.
They really don't like us.
They're watching no matter what.
They don't like us because we weren't 100% positive and said everything's great about the Rattler.
Yeah,
it's cool.
They'll still tune in. They'll still tune in to get angry at what we say. So who's wrong, us or them?
If this was a Black Series X-Wing for $325, I got news for you guys. I'd buy it. The only reason I'm not buying this thing is because I don't care about the Rattler.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't. But I think it looks cool. Anyway. So since they're all watching, I just want to let them know that this super casual G.I. Joe fan got the super exclusive and limited San Diego Comic-Con only G.I. Joe #1. They passed these out at the panel.
Oh, really?
And I got one. A G.I. Joe hater got one. A Valaverse shill.
Woo!
I got one. Actually, I got two because I brought my old lady.
You should give one to me and piss them all off.
I mean, I'll sell you one.
For $325.
Okay. It's a joke.
I'll trade you.
It's just a joke.
I'll trade you a pink Vanguard for one.
All right, deal. Yes, Beast Battleground, because I'm a sucker. Okay. If it's the Red 5 X-Wing and it was $325, the X-Wing would be way bigger than the Rattler.
I remember when I was there, they made a model of a 2-scale 6-inch X-Wing.
Oh my God. It was like 4 feet long.
It was enormous.
Yeah.
It was enormous. Like they were walking around with it in our design area. I remember thinking like, that thing is massive. And they decided not to. That was way before. This was like 2016, 17. This was way before HasLabs. But I remember seeing it was massive.
They also had a 6-inch scale Rancor in one of the displays one year. Years
Really?
ago. Yeah. So you remember when, I mean, you guys did the giant Marvel Legends diorama, the
Yeah.
huge battle scene.
Yeah.
Well, Star Wars did something similar to that one year. They had a Rancor 6-inch scale in their Black Series display.
Oh, they did?
It's
Wonder
before
if I was there at
HasLab.
that one.
Yeah. I forget which year it was, but it was quite a while ago. But yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Stay tuned for the after show. Channel members, let me make sure I got all these chats. Oh my god, we got more chats to get through. Robert Diaz, thank you. He says, "Come on, Bobby, with Hasbro's success rate on these HasLabs, I already read that. I read JMac. Sci-Fi George, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Bobby, will the driver for the Muddy Vanguard have mud-covered pants and boots? I bought 2 sets of Wave 5. Looking forward to 6 and 7. Hasbro showed a Fang in the background shot of the Rattler.
He will not have muddy boots. No.
They showed a Fang in the background shot of the Rattler?
I mean, they've showed stuff in the backgrounds before that they haven't made yet.
Yeah, they showed a Snowcat in some artwork before, and what's that Cobra vehicle it's got the 2 seats in the front and they split open like that, you know?
The
black and red.
Shoot.
That was an artwork.
I had the Python Patrol one. I forget
Yeah.
what that one's called. Chad will be so mad at me.
Fake G.I. Joe fan here, guys.
Right? 100%.
No mud-covered boots, but I happen to know apple barrel paint at Walmart is very inexpensive. Like, not even joking. Like, you could do that super easily. Let's see here. In Blue Jay Entertainment, our buddy Tony Robles. Thank you for the tater chat. Hey, Bobby, will the Locust come with patches?
It'll be the $500 unlock.
Thank you, Analog Toys. Tony says the Cobra stun. Thank you. The stun. Yep. Thank you, guys. Everyone. Rachel, the stun. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, if you do patches, make more of those Wasp Raider patches because I need one. Or the BotCon guys made those, right?
They did. I don't even have one of the patches. I have the pin. I don't have the patch.
I need that Wasp Raider patch.
I need a Wasp Raider patch too.
Yeah. Weren't they supposed to be included with the figure?
I have no idea what the fuck they did.
Maybe it was only at the show. All right, guys. Stay tuned for the after show to the channel members. And I mean, that's all I got.
Yeah. I'm all tapped out of G.I. Joe hate.
You want to sign us out then?
No.
You can do the Ron Burgundy?
Go fuck yourself, Rattler fans.